Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua on a sun-splashed Saturday afternoon in early October. Battle of the Bridge girls soccer about to get underway. It'll be followed by boys soccer, and that'll close out the Battle of the Bridge for 2019, Tom.
For the fall season, anyway, John.
Oh, that's right.
But this is an interesting matchup because Nashua North has had a lot of injuries to start the year, to the point where they were playing, they had to cancel, not just reschedule, cancel, wipe out like 4 or 5 JV games because they needed those players on varsity.
Wow.
So that's how many injuries they've dealt with. But they've won, if I believe, they're 2-1-1 in their last 4 games. So they've done pretty well to try to patchwork it. Nashua South comes in at 5-3. They've had a good start to the season. Lauren Keating, a new head coach for them. Jacqueline Thompson, the head coach for Nashua North. The interesting thing about South, John, no Angie Swaza this year. Angie Swaza literally has outscored North 5-1 over 2 years of Battle of the Bridge games. Just herself.
Wow.
Now she's graduated. She's a Providence now.
She was a joy to watch. She was.
She really was. But South has become more of a, they're spreading the wealth more. So they're getting more people involved, and it's really helped them out. It's really helped them out a lot. Nashua North, their last 3 games, 2-1-1. The only loss was predictable to a powerhouse in Londonderry. They've moved some people around. They're going to get scoring from different people. I think they've taken one of their better forwards from the last couple of years, Ariana Dumain, and have moved her back a little bit. So that's been something to watch. Nashua South, John, they can get goals from 3 or 4 people. So it'll be a good game. I think this will be a good matchup. I really do.
Nashua South enters the contest with a highly respectable record of 5-3. In fact, that's good enough for about 6th place right now. They have Londonderry. They're looking up. Everybody's looking up at Londonderry at 10-0, and also Bishop Girton girls soccer having a terrific season at 9-0, tied with Exeter at 9-0, and then Bedford 9-1, Manchester Central 7-2, Goffstown 6-3, and then you have South at 5-3. Meanwhile, North 3 wins, 5 losses, and a tie. So they could surprise some people here this afternoon. It doesn't get much nicer than this for fall soccer. It's going to be sunny until the boys' game later on, and also looks like it's going to be good weather for an outside of the Battle of the Bridge game. Tonight we're doing football. Merrimack coming to Stellos to take on Bishop Girton. So exciting schedule of games here on Nashua ETV. Frank Wallen as manning our camera down on the field. Tim O'Neill upstairs. Pete Johnson, our executive producer, right next to me. John Collins along with Tom King. Glad to bring you this girls soccer game for 2019. The players had a good amount of time to warm up before the game, and we're expecting a really good match as North kicks it off literally down to our right, where it's fielded by South's goaltender, 0-0, Haley Swabowitz. And Haley's kick goes straight up in the air on the far sideline. Teams trading possessions here early, trying to feel each other out. As South has it, Juliana Martin, one of the starters for South, who are all in the white uniforms. And, of course, the dark blue to the left of your screen belong to Nashua High North. A little bit of keep away there by the Panthers for the Titans step up. Key part, or the key ingredient of successful soccer, of course, is to string a lot of passes together. We'll see which team is more effective about doing that, and ball possession time during the course of the game, especially early. We'll see who may be setting a tone. There's a low line drive pass that is intercepted immediately by South, trying to spring Malee Mcdermott, number 15, ahead of the field for South. That was a good thought, but North defenders get in the way of the forward pass. South back on the attack. That is Malee Mcdermott, the far side of the field, number 15, roaming widely as South tries to move it toward the North goaltender. It's number 99, Grace Carden. Gracie Carden is manning the goal to our left, and as you will see here on Nashua TV, the goals are set up at the back of the football end zone. So it is a 120-yard pitch from end to end, from goal mouth to goal mouth. Good job of advancing the ball by Juliana Martin before she runs into the back line defenders of North, and they get it back out to midfield. Madeline Swisher, number 1, was there at midfield for North to kick it forward. Madeline Swisher again with it, and good hard pass over on the left wing to Isabel Armstrong, but Isabel just saw it kind of curl around her and go out of bounds, so it's a throw-in for the Panthers. 40-minute halves here in New Hampshire high school boys and girls soccer. We've played just about 3 minutes of the first half, and not yet a shot on goal. Ball ends up in the fall color hedges across the way. Decent crowd on hand, especially on this side of Stello Stadium, in the home stands side, filling up steadily in the bright sunshine as a lot of family and friends and classmates come out to watch South and North do battle here in girls soccer. This throw-in is going to be from the deep shadow on the far sideline. And South trying to come up with the game's first shot on goal. Titans have other ideas. A good pass down the field. Will this go out of bounds? It will be played out of bounds, actually, by defender Jenna Hamelin strategically to force a North throw-in, but that'll bring a lot of the players downfield to set up. And the Titans with the next best chance for the game's first shot on goal. Lillian Brooks with the throw-in, number 9, and immediately booted out of bounds by Kendra Santoro. Number 22 for the Panthers. Another throw-in, deeper down the field now for North. Lillian Brooks kicks it toward the goal. Good idea. She had a teammate down there, but good defense, better defense than offense there for South as they get the ball out of the danger zone quickly and to the midfield area before it's kicked out of bounds off of a North player. Good job of moving the ball into space in the middle of the field. Collision, that's going to be whistled against the Titans, so free kick for South. A little bit too much body contact for the officials' liking. And Elizabeth Capico, number 6, will have the free kick in the middle of the field. It'll be interesting if she tries to just kick it right at the goal mouth or where she goes with this. A lot of open territory between her and the next players. And she goes right into the pile. Kendra Santoro was the closest to it, number 22, but a heads-up move by Grace Carden, the North goaltender, to seize the loose ball and diffuse the situation. Carden's kick to midfield bounces off a few players' cleats, and it ends up being a mad scramble for the loose ball. Good move by number 10, Ariana Dumain. Ariana Dumain moving the ball smartly, cuts it in the inside. Dumain with a nifty run here, trying to split the defense and go the distance. Ariana Dumain with their Lionel Messi interpretation there, an imitation. A well-deserved low 5 from a teammate there on Nashua North as Caitlin Lorendi appreciated that effort by Ariana to move the ball down the field. Now the Titans not done, it appears, putting the pressure on. Caitlin Lorendi, number 3, gave it to Madeline Swisher, number 1. There was some heavy contact there. The officials let it go. It was just foot to foot, really, but a 50-50 ball being fought for cleanly. Lillian Brooks with the throw in for North, trying to put a nice touch on it to leave it for Emily DeLeo. DeLeo Goes around 2 defenders, trying to curl one through, and she does. It's a trickler, but it is the game's first shot on goal. Fielded easily by Haley Swabowitz, and she kicks it to midfield. Good punt there. There's a heavy collision. That will be whistled, and it's against the Panthers, so free kick for North on their defensive side of the midfield stripe. Titans with a free kick. We are 7 minutes into the contest. That's an onside play to Lillian Brooks. She's got a couple defenders catching up to her. Now she's going to slow it down a little bit and try to make a play. Gets knocked out of bounds for the game's first corner kick. Lillian Brooks earns it for North. So just in the last few minutes, the Titans have been taking it to the Panthers. Nashua North with the momentum and dominating the time of possession and chances just in the last couple of minutes. We've been looking to our right, starting with that great run by Ariana Dumain, number 10 in blue. And Dumain is lurking at about the goal line in football, if you want to look at it that way, out in front of the net on the far side. It's going to be a long kick to reach her by DeLeo, but she almost did. Going all the way across the goal mouth. A couple of North players did get touches on it, not able to get a shot away, though, on that corner kick by Emily DeLeo. South moving the ball downfield. It is stolen away by the Titans. 50-50 ball in the middle, bouncing and trying to control it is Emily DeLeo. Showing some nice footwork again, controlling the ball. Looking for an open teammate. It's number 2 on number 2 right now. Number 2 for South is Camille Michon. And a nice move by DeLeo to get around her before a teammate for South helps out and boots it away. One of the backline defenders stepping in to double team DeLeo and send the ball in the other direction. DeLeo, good hook pass towards the box, but South quickly clears it back to midfield, and waiting for it is Malee Mcdermott. Malee Mcdermott trying to make something happen. She's got 2 or 3 defenders between her and the goal, however, and just a good step up and interception by Ariana Dumain. Another nice play by number 10 for the Titans. Lillian Brooks tries to slide it on ahead to Madeline Swisher, but good defense by Juliana Martin, number 18 for South. South in turn is intercepted by Kendra Santoro of North. Ball out of bounds, throw in for the Panthers. Intercepted quickly by Dumain. And South has to regroup. They're going to play it back to their goaltender. So Haley kicks it smartly over to the right side. Number 5 for South is Kylie Daw. And Kylie Daw with a nice pass up on ahead. As South strings a few passes together, they try to curl it into the middle. That would have been a terrific scoring chance for Malee Mcdermott, provided that she was onside in the middle, ahead of the field. Just unable to get it to her. Good long shot, and the most challenging save of the afternoon so far is made by Grace Carden, sliding to the turf to her right. That would have been in the back of the net, in the onion bag, as they say, if she didn't make the save, but she had a good long distance to look at it. And the velocity wasn't all too much to handle, but a good shot on goal for South. So both teams with a shot on goal apiece. 10 minutes into this contest, a 40-minute first half. We are at the 29-minute mark now, counting down toward halftime. On a beautiful October 5 of 2019. If you're seeing it on this Saturday, October 5, you're seeing it live on Nashua TV. Curling one into the middle, but waiting for it was Anna Bilotta, number 12, who did a nice job of chesting up that ball and settling it and getting it out of the box on the danger zone for the Titans. Ariana Dumain kicks it on ahead. It was a good idea to try to connect with her teammate down the near sideline. However, nice defensive play by 7, Jenna Hamlin for South, who stepped up and intercepted it with a header. That could have been a promising break for the Titans. Lillian Brooks, who's inbounding it below us. Taking a breather is Caitlin Lorendi, number 3 for North, who comes off the pitch right now, and we'll have a substitute. I'm going to apologize ahead of time if we don't have some of these JV players' names. There's been a need to call some players up from the junior varsity, and not all of the numbers will be on the roster. You see number 16 for North, maybe a case in point, newly into the game. Ariana Dumain plays it to Lillian Brooks. Tries to connect with her teammate, but it's intercepted instead by Elizabeth Capico, number 6. Battling with the underclassmen, and the underclassmen draws the foul. So a free kick for the Titans near sideline. 13 minutes into the first half. We are scoreless here. Girls from Nashua North in the blue with the ball and defending at the moment in all white uniforms, Nashua High South girls. Doing the free kick for North is Emily DeLeo, and she boots it right into the middle of the crowd. And there's a trip and a fall, and we're going to have an injury timeout, I think, but not a foul. I think it was just the turf monster that got North's Mackenzie Betty that time, number 8. And she seems to be okay back on her feet. It is a free kick, actually, for North right there, and a very advantageous angle for Ariana Dumain right in the middle of the hash marks as she boots it straight at the goal. Very nice bid just over the crossbar. Ariana Dumain with the most exciting shot of the game, launching it from 50 yards out, and it only missed by a foot above the bar. Nice to be able to boot a soccer ball so well as Ariana Dumain did right there. Goal kick for the Panthers. And a good job of finding a teammate by Haley Swabowitz. South able to move the ball over midfield, but it goes out of bounds, and the Titans will be back in possession. North has certainly done a nice job of dominating the time of possession through the first almost 15 minutes of action here at Stellos Stadium. Coming into the game with a record of 3-5-1, and South with a record of 5-3. You might thought the time of possession would go the other way early. Not so far. Although South did have the best shot on goal, and North had the best shot over the goal moments ago, about a foot high. Looking at the scores from earlier in the season for Nashua High North, their highest goal total was at the expense of Spalding, 9-0. This North team has scored 9 goals in one game at one time. That's deflected out of bounds. That's going to be a corner kick, the first of the game for South. A hard-earned corner kick, as charging down into the far right corner was Malee Mcdermott for the Panthers, and her kick was deflected out of bounds by a Titans defender, hence the rule, a corner kick for the Panthers. And it appears that Elizabeth Capico, number 6, is going to take this. The right-footed Capico trying to slice it in front. She does a nice job, and it's going through everybody to the far side. Somehow that didn't hit a single player, and it was a really excellent corner kick ball launched by Elizabeth Capico. All kinds of chances written all over it. Somebody could have got a header or a boot on it. It was point blank in front of Grace Carden. She wouldn't have had much of a chance at all on a hard rebound shot on goal right there. So a break for the Titans. Opportunity missed for the Panthers. Still 0-0. 16 minutes into the game. There's a foot race for a free ball in front of the South goal. And winning the foot race and kicking it off to the side was Kylie Daw. The Panther crowd certainly appreciates that effort to prevent a break-in all alone for the Titans player. The collision leads to a whistle by the officials, and the call goes the Panthers' way. So they have a free kick in front of goal. Downfield it comes, and a good job of stepping up once again by Ariana Dumain, but her break is interrupted. South back on the attack, and taking a hit right there and going hard to the turf was Malee Mcdermott, number 15 for the Panthers. Holding her right side just a little bit. Hopefully she'll be okay. Competing hard was Emily DeLeo of North, and just ran into each other, and down went McDermott. Capico with the inbound play. Good ball toward the goaltender. It's fought for, and it's loose, and it's off the post and out. A mad scramble in front of the goal, and a good job by the Titans in somehow keeping that ball out of the goal. A terrific ball in off the foot of Elizabeth Capico. The rebound appeared to be on net, the rebound shot, I should say, and Grace Carden was able to get a body on it, but then the second chance by South, labeled to go in, looked like one of the defense. A member of the defense for the Titans kept that ball out of the goal just inside the post. Another terrific chance for the Panthers to get the game's first tally. At midfield, South trying to bring the pressure again. Jenna Hamlin running this one down, slides it over to Kendra Santoro, number 22. She gets it on up to Juliana Martin. Martin to Alex Kapopoulos. Kapopoulos kicks it down into the corner. Malee Mcdermott with some space. Right on goal, and it's off the crossbar. What a terrific shot by Malee Mcdermott, curling it in from the near side from great distance. As good as a shot as you will see in a professional game from Malee Mcdermott right there, and somehow it hits the crossbar and ricochets to the far side. Just inches from going off the crossbar and down in across the goal line for the game's first score. McDermott with a terrific bid, seemingly just out of nowhere from an impossible distance. Casually curled one in. And you could see the panic almost in the eyes of Grace Carden as we looked on from the opposite angle where she was receiving that shot and looking up and saying, am I going to be able to get to this, or is it going to scrape the crossbar and go in? Fortunately for North, it got a lot of the crossbar and stayed out. So 3 terrific chances that I can think of here at the top of my head for this Panthers team, and they're still scoreless though halfway through the first half. As we cross the 20-minute mark of this 40-minute half, is counting down 19:30 now, and a Titan player hits the deck, pops right back up. Whistle in favor of the Titans. That was number 22 for North, who pops right back up. Kendra Santoro of North is okay. That's South, rather. 22 for South. We don't have all the numbers for North, unfortunately. throw in for the Titans. In a 0-0 game, 18:30 to go. Headed away by the Panthers and booted down the field by Juliana Martin. Loose ball. First on it is the Titans' Ariana Dumain, and she's bravely staving off the attack of Malee Mcdermott, trying to get at the ball from behind and fouls Dumain. So Ariana and the Titans with a free kick here. Down the sideline. Nice connection by the Titans. Tic-tac-toe passing, gets it down the right side. One of the Panther defenders shielding the ball with their body a little bit too much without having the ball, and an interference call against the Panther defender. I guess it was Elizabeth Capico that was kind of using her body to prevent the Titans player from getting near the ball, which Capico did not possess at the time. And now you have a free kick as a result for Ariana Dumain, who has showed an ability for shots on goal from as far as 50 yards out, but right there she had too many defenders in front of her. Laid a pass off to the side, and immediately South intercepts. Good charge put on by Courtney Lopez. Lopez down the sideline with space, has a teammate in the middle, Malee Mcdermott. She's trying to find her, curls it out in front of everybody, and Grace Carden steps up and diffuses the threat with a good anticipation play. The North goaltender taking away a possible point-blank shot on goal from the Panthers, who did a good job of visualizing a highlight type of goal there, just weren't able to finish. South steals it. Capico in the middle. Mcdermott controlling with three defenders around her. Her shot is blocked, and the Titans with it. Madeline Swisher kicks it on up ahead. She's able to find Lillian Brooks. Brooks on the wing, curls it in the middle. She had an idea to connect with her teammate in the middle, but apparently that teammate stopped running at the wrong time, and it is an opportunity for Haley Swabowitz to step up and intercept, and she did. So the Panthers stopping the North break just in time. 0-0 remains the score. 15 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half. There have been chances. Most of the best chances belong to the Panthers. Clearly a crossbar shot from Malee Mcdermott. And there's a long shot that Grace Carden's going to handle on a long skip hop. Another save for the Titans goaltender. She has, I'd say, about 4 at this point. She boots it to the middle on the goal kick. Teams trading possession. Jenna Hamlin, her pass attempt goes off the side of her foot, and the Titans capitalize, moving the ball down the field. There's a body check that's going to be called, and it'll be Titan ball just to the right of the midfield stripe. The Titans will play it, and they whistle play to resume. Put it at about the 45-yard line. 55 yards away from Haley Swabowitz. We've seen some impressive kicking ability from distance by both teams, and one of them is this Ariana Dumain, a player that has a strong foot. She kicked it just over the crossbar earlier from 50 yards out. And on the other side, you had Malee Mcdermott curl one in off the middle of the crossbar from the near sideline, which was also about a 40 to 50-yard kick. And Malee Mcdermott on cue, off to the races, sidesteps a possible trip, kicks it hard, but over the net and to the right side. So still 0-0. South as I mentioned, scoring North scoring 9 goals in their game against Spalding. South not too shabby in beating up on Spalding themselves, scoring a season high 6 goals to nothing for Spalding in their meeting with the team from Rochester. South coming off a win 3-0 over Winnacunnet in their previous game to this, and North coming off 2 wins in a row. Oh, check that. It was a tie against Goffstown, 0-0, and then they defeated Salem 2-1 in Salem on Tuesday, as we bring this game to you on a Saturday afternoon. So a good 3-day respite in between for the Panthers and the Titans. Panthers actually had longer time off. That win over Winnacunnet here at Stellos was back on September 26th. So they've had a good week off. Deflected shot ends up in the waiting arms of Grace Carden. 12 minutes and change left to go here in the first half as Carden boots the goal kick from the top of the box. South intercepts immediately and goes back on the attack. Elizabeth Capico, far side. In the middle, McDermott tried a flick-on header and just was not able to connect. It ended up in the waiting arms of Grace Carden for an easy save. South continues to threaten to come up with that highlight goal. They have come so close, especially on 2 occasions. The crossbar hit by McDermott and the mad scramble on the kick by Elizabeth Capico, who has it right now. Capico kicked it in the middle and created a mad scramble that the ball just stayed out of the goal near side post. Grace Carden getting some help from some of her Titan defenders on that particular save to keep the game 0-0. Ariana Dumain will handle the goal kick this time. Number 10 for the Titans. Goes with a low pass that's intercepted immediately. Courtney Lopez was standing right there and intercepts. Gets the return pass. Lopez trying to slide it on over to Juliana Martin, but Lillian Brooks gets in the way for the Titans. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Panthers. In the corner will be nope, not able to get it in time. Ball eludes Courtney Lopez. Too much on that pass. And the goal kick for the Titans will be taken by Emily DeLeo. She can boot it a good 50 yards. Let's see what she elects to do here. And she does just that. Kicks it about 40 yards down the field, and South intercepts immediately. Good slide pass there from Camille Michon to Elizabeth Capico, but South going for it. And the miss. So back to Emily DeLeo. She'll elect just to slide it on over to Ariana Dumain this time. Dumain with a nice move, trying to get around a second defender. Can't. Good intercept there by Camille Michon, one of the starters for South, has played the first 30 minutes of this 40-minute first half. Number of starters are still out there for both teams. Juliana Martin makes a nice move, number 18 for South. Her pass is intercepted, however, by Isabella Armstrong, number 4 for the Titans. Ball into space in the middle. Elizabeth Capico chips it ahead, trying to hit Malee Mcdermott, and it's kicked out of bounds. Is it a corner kick? Which side of that pylon did it go? It is an inadvertent clear over the goal line to the left of that orange marker. So it is going to be a corner kick for the Panthers. A mistake there by the back line defense of North to surrender this corner kick. Capico has shown an ability to kick the ball right in the middle of the danger zone, and she does it again. It's drifting into the near post area. Headed away, though, by the Titans. Nicely done by North. And good move down far sideline. Down the sideline it goes. Capico was on defense there for South and was able to force the ball to be kicked out of bounds. The throw in for the Panthers. Teams trading possessions. North able to move the ball to midfield where it's headed back the other way by Kendra Santoro. Kendra Santoro and Emily Camille Michon was the player I was looking for there, number 2 for South. Kicked on ahead. There's a foot race. Lillian Brooks trying to get there, but the first back is South's number 21, Alana Thapa. Alana Thapa wins the foot race and kicks it out of bounds so that her teammates can catch up and play some D here. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first half of a scoreless game. That first goal is going to be a big one. A lot of soccer scores are in the 1s and 2s. You do have your occasional scoreless tie, but every goal's importance magnified as the game goes along. 0-0. Alana Thapa not able to catch up to that pass from Juliana Martin that had a little too much bounce on it. Throw in. Ariana Dumain to the side, and a nice kick into the middle by Isabella Armstrong of North, number 4. That forced the South defense to have to scramble to get the ball out of there, and they do. Dumain trying to beat a double team here, and she does. Ariana Dumain still has it, trying to get around a third defender. Her shot goes out of bounds. Apparently it was not deflected, so it's not a corner kick. Burst of energy there again from Ariana Dumain. A couple of players will trot onto the pitch for North, including Madeline Swisher, number 1, and Emma Alvarado, number 7, onto the pitch for North. With 6 minutes left in the action here in the first half of a scoreless game. Some fresh legs for the Titans. See if they can have an impact. Ball gets kicked up into the stands far side, and young man will help out, although they do have another ball ready to go already, and they'll throw it in. Titans trying to make something happen in traffic. Instead, South steals it away. There's a pass on up ahead that's intercepted by the Titans. Number 2 for North is Emily DeLeo. She's had a lot of quality touches in this game. Pass intercepted by Juliana Martin. Elizabeth Capico trying to connect with her teammate, but a heads-up play by Ashley Go, number 6, to kick it out of bounds. Throw in for the Panthers, intercepted by North, but it goes back out of bounds, so we'll do the throw in again. Alexandria Kapopoulos, number 12, maneuvering in traffic. Good pass, a hard pass though. The first touch was a little bit much off the foot of Camille Michon, and North was able to steal it away. Back to another South throw-in, however. Under 5 minutes to go, first half. Clock continues to roll down in a 0-0 contest. Malee Mcdermott battling for position in front. Good defense by North to mark her. A dangerous player, Isabella Armstrong, number 4, was the defender on Mcdermott that allowed Grace Carden to seize that bouncing ball in the box. No shot on goal that time. Emma Alvarado, number 7, got a touch on that ball, but it is quickly shot on up ahead by the Panthers, and they're putting the pressure on again. There's a curling shot toward the goal. It's going to hit the side of it, and it's going to produce a goal kick for the Titans. Emily DeLeo, as the players walk toward midfield, anticipating a long boot from her. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the first half of a scoreless contest so far. Girls soccer 2019 Battle of the Bridge here at Stellos Stadium on October 5, 2019. Glad you could be with us. Long kick. Alana Thapa making some progress here as she kicks it over to the far side. Quality touches by Alana setting this up. Malee Mcdermott in the middle kind of underestimated the distance on that pass and stepped underneath it. In space, Juliana Martin, the kick, and an easy save for Grace Carden. But on goal, as the shots on goal continue to pile up for the Panthers. North has had maybe 2 shots on goal compared to about 8 for South. And in hockey, when you fire a puck off a post, they actually don't call it a shot on goal. Well, we've had one of those today. McDermott gets loose and scores! And she was onside. It is a good goal for the Panthers. Malee Mcdermott finally gets one of those nice lead passes from a South teammate. And number 15, Malee Mcdermott, gets South on the scoreboard just 2.5 minutes into the, 2.5 minutes before the end of the first half, I should say. Actually 37 minutes and 37 seconds into the first half. Malee Mcdermott gets South on the scoreboard. Just a point-blank shot. Grace Carden, who's been solid in goal for North, really had no chance on a one-on-one situation where Malee could have shot the ball to either side of her. And now South threatening to come up with 2 quick goals late. Courtney Lopez deep into the corner, skipping it in front. Mcdermott with a one-touch there. Ball crashes off her elbow, and Grace Martin was able to pounce on the rebound to defuse the threat. Mcdermott bidding for 2 goals in a minute there with help from teammate Courtney Lopez. 2 minutes even to go in the first half. They'll keep the time on the field. We'll wait for the blast of 3 whistles to indicate the end of the first half. But meanwhile, there's a good 2 minutes left here. The time being kept on the field. The ball bouncing over the hedging far side. Throw in for the Titans. Big first goal belongs to the Panthers. Will that stand up, or will the Titans be able to equalize? South back on the attack. Cleared away. Down the field. Controlling it. Kendra Santoro tried to feed it over to Courtney Lopez, but she's marked closely by Lillian Brooks of North. Juliana Martin, long boot on ahead, trying to find Malee Mcdermott, the most dangerous player on the field so far in the first half. Mcdermott could easily have had 2 or 3 goals. She bent one right off the center of the crossbar earlier from distance. Very impressive shot that had Grace Carden beat if it could have been a few inches lower. About a minute left in the action here in the first half. McDermott, flick on header from too much distance really to give Grace Carden any difficulty there. Ariana Dumain colliding with Jenna Hamlin. Throw in for Dumain, realizing that time is short here in the first half and trying to create something. That is the end of the first half here at Stellos. The score, Nashua High South 1 and North 0. A situation where North got their chances, but South overwhelms them in the end.
South is the more physical, more athletic team. Just seems that way. So they're able to get chances down low. They're able to win a lot of 50-50 balls. North is trying to break, but they don't have the speed to make a play on side.
To finish it, yeah. And very impressive first half from Malee Mcdermott.
Yeah, she's tough down low. The other player who's physical for them, I think, is 22, Kendra Santoro, the former goaltender. She is a goalie who they like so much, and Tom Bellin did this last year when he coached them. Sometimes they used her on defense or at midfield because she's very physical and strong, and Swabowitz is a good goaltender. So you had the best of both worlds there.
So we'll take a break. John Collins with Tom King. It's girls soccer, Battle of the Bridge 2019. Halftime, South leads 1-0.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to Stello Stadium as we get set for the start of the second half. Girls soccer, North versus South. South with the game's only goal so far. Malee Mcdermott getting loose ahead of the field, going one-on-one with goaltender Grace Carden and putting it in the back of the net with about 2:23 remaining in the first half. The 37-37 mark of the first half for the goal for Malee Mcdermott, and she had several chances before that. She hit the crossbar with the game's most spectacular shot earlier.
Yes, she did, and she's got a lot of talent. The ball hit the crossbar and it was nudged, and it went wide of the goal. So
from distance.
Yeah, exactly.
So Malee Mcdermott may be your best bet for any kind of a hat trick here today. We'll see how many goals are scored, but Tom, you were thinking that it's possible that one goal may stand up.
It's possible, but you know what happens in a game like this is the longer it stays 1-0, the more North may have to press up, and that may lead to some more opportunities for South. But we'll all that all remains to be seen.
Yeah, you see that at all levels of soccer.
Right, exactly.
Coming out of your shell, the defensive shell, and it produces more scoring chances. Malee Mcdermott right on cue out of the box. Grace Carden's going to get there first.
Yep, little contact, but she couldn't put on the brakes.
A little hug.
Yep.
No harm meant.
No harm, no foul.
Exactly. Mcdermott with a good anticipation. She onside, and Carden again has to scoop it up. That time it was Alexandria Kapopoulos that nearly had a one-on-one opportunity onside. So right out of the gate here in the second half, a fresh 40 minutes up on the scoreboard, and South's had a couple of scoring chances. Mcdermott coming up with scoring chance number 3, and her kick goes off her foot to the left. Both teams getting a breather at halftime. A lot of these players played the full 40 minutes to start, and they're right back out here. We received a Battle of the Bridge update before the game.
It's 8-6-1 is what it is. There was yesterday on Friday there were 2 JV soccer games played, boys and girls. The boys game ended in a tie. I don't know what the final score was, but it ended in a tie. The girls, South won 1-0. So, and of course, North won the football game. So North leads at 8-6-1. How's that for your update?
So, to the best.
There's 17 events.
Best South can do is tie at 8-8.
Yeah, they got to win. Yeah, they win today, and if they can sweep today.
Yeah, the boys soccer game comes after this.
I don't know what the tiebreaker is. Yep, boys soccer is after this.
I guess the tiebreaker
we'll also have
next season is winter season.
Well, they only go by year. They don't go.
They go by season.
They go by season.
Yeah,
I believe.
So we're in the fall season right now. Fall sports.
Yep.
We're doing just about all of them here in Battle of the Bridge Week. Started with field hockey, on to volleyball, now soccer and football last night. Well, disagreeing with the call there a bit was Elizabeth Capico, but it goes North's way. No, check that. Looks like Elizabeth won her argument, and she gets the free kick. So Capico lining it up, kicks it right into traffic in the middle. Carden with a nice sliding grab.
She is a busy goalkeeper today, isn't she? She's got 8 saves in this game.
Yeah, she's had the ball coming at her from every direction. Meanwhile, we have a lonely Haley Swabowitz to our left right now.
She's had to make 2 saves.
She did.
But they weren't threatening shots. You know what I mean? I mean, there were shots on her.
Yeah.
The best chance, as you pointed out, was Dumain that sailed up over the crossbar.
Players jostling for position far side before Caitlin Lorendi kicks it toward midfield. North trying to string some passes together and create a scoring chance. But South keeps foiling those plans, including right there, Jenna Hamlin with the throw in for South, number 7. Malee Mcdermott beating Alexi Kapopoulos far side. Kapopoulos jostling with North's Madeline Swisher. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Kapopoulos. McDermott kicks it toward the North goal, and the Titans defense just kicks it out of bounds again. So South continues with the throw-ins, and McDermott trying to feed it to Camille Michon, number 2 for South, who's just lurking. High bouncer. Capico with a nice flick. Intercepted by Madeline Swisher. Hard to control the ball right now to string any passes together as teams keep jumping in the way of each pass. Now South strings a few together. And the long kick from distance in front. Malee Mcdermott tried a nice move there with the defender draped on her, but it's going to be a free kick for the Titans, they say. Violation by, or foul committed by the Panthers offensive player. Emily DeLeo, number 2, slides, actually number 3 is Caitlin Lorendi, slides it over near side. Ashley Go, number 6. Intercepted by Alana Tapa and out of bounds. The kick actually nailed one of the purple balloons that are floating on the near sideline. So throw in for the Panthers, Elizabeth Capico. And immediately gets knocked out of bounds by a South player, so it's a Titan throw in. Good job by Emily DeLeo getting her feet on that, and DeLeo comes out of the crowd with it. Slides it on ahead. Well played ball. It's a foot race.
Oh!
Loose. The shot. And it's going to go
in. No.
Bounced up. Scramble.
Unbelievable.
Oh, North had all kinds of chances.
All that chance. They can't get any closer.
What a nice lead pass by DeLeo. And setting up her teammate. Not quite sure who that was ahead of the field. May have been Ariana Dumain. Ball went wide. She had a tough
10,
angle,
right?
but
That's Dumain.
It was Ariana Dumain. I was going to say she hadn't got a touch yet in the second half. She got a dramatic touch there. And from a tough angle, but the net was open. As Haley Swabowitz came way out and lost the foot race. Whistle called against the Titans. Free kick for the Panthers.
Boy,
in a nice spot.
Who was the defender that got in there in the goal to help Swabowitz out?
Yeah, saved the goal. That would have been the equalizer early in the second half. That would have been very interesting if North got that one.
Sure would have been.
It was all set up by that perfect lead pass. Nice save. Stepping up was Grace Carden once again by Emily DeLeo, number 2. She has some skill for the Titans. And she slid it in such a way that her teammate was onside and ran to the ball, still onside, ahead of everybody. sidestepped the goaltender, Ariana Dumain did, and then not able to boot it quite hard enough to get through, although it did go through the legs of the defender initially and then trickled in the middle.
Oh, that's a clutch save by Swaba. Was there. She had to lunge.
And to make sure, diving to the turf to come up with the stop. So Swabowitz seeing her heaviest action of the contest so far here early in the second half. 40-minute halves. We've already played 8 minutes of this one. And it's some exciting action. North still threatening. Oh, that's a body check.
Most of those physical calls are going to go against South. They're more athletic and more physical.
Juliana
in terms of
Martin.
Just their makeup. I mean, North's hustling like crazy.
Yeah, they are.
But South's got a few more physical players than North does.
So they're going to move the wall back 10 yards. And Emily DeLeo, let's see if she curls this one right at the goal or what she does with it.
Maybe try to get it in the middle. That's what she
Good
does.
low liner, and nobody able to go capitalize.
That's what they wanted that ball in the middle, right in the box, and then somebody to deflect it in. It wasn't a shot meant to be on goal. All sorts of different ways you can play that.
Yep. Goal kick for Haley Swabowitz. Intercepted by the Titans. Teams trading possessions there. Number 4 was Isabella Armstrong up front for North. Good step up by Caitlin Lorendi, number 3, but South steals it away. Malee Mcdermott with a couple of defenders pursuing her. Mcdermott able to sprint ahead of everybody, and a good stop by Caitlin Lorendi from the backside, getting in the way of that dangerous shot from Malee Mcdermott. Good anticipation of the line that McDermott was taking, because if it wasn't for that block, that would have been a tough chance to stop for Grace Carden in goal for North. Long ball to the middle of the field. Good step up by Kylie Daw, number 5, to boot it on up to Alexi Kapopoulos. Ball ricocheting all over the place before it's settled down by Elizabeth Capico. She tried to find Malee Mcdermott, couldn't do it. Lead pass, foot race.
And there it is.
And the North player got there first. Heavy collision. What do we have? Do we have a free kick in that spot? I think we might. Yes.
Yep.
It's going to be a good spot. You can expect that's Ariana Dumain, who is a terrific player, and she nearly was able to chip it over Haley Swabowitz. She got there first, took the brunt of the collision, and earned a free kick. So they're going to set up a wall 10 yards away from where the ball is spotted. But Dumain, who's showed a foot that's able to shoot a ball.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Will she shoot it too high?
Right. She has got to curl it over that wall and get it down with that powerful foot. Not easy.
And don't forget, South's got a little
Trick.
bit of the height advantage, though they've got a tall player in there for North as well.
Dumain, low.
Ground wide.
Oh, good idea, but not able to sneak it inside the far
They were thinking
post.
high, and she tried to sneak it.
Just wide to the left. But it was deflected, they say. So maybe it was an even better shot than we thought.
So now we have a corner.
That might have been
Boy,
labeled for the net.
I didn't see the deflection.
I did not either. It must have been something you could hear as well as see down on the pitch, because it produces a corner kick for North, near side corner. And Emily DeLeo kicked it right across the goal mouth, and nobody able to help her out. Help a girl out when you curl it in front like that. That was a perfect setup for a header in.
Just that little bit of touch is eluding North in this game, don't you think? Just that little touch.
Finish.
That finish, that finishing touch.
The setups have been there. Emily DeLeo has really done a great job of setting up her teammates. DeLeo now trying to slide it in through traffic, cannot get it through. Good interception by Alana Thapa, number 21. North keeping the pressure on. That kick is over the goal line, though, to the right, or the end line, I should say, in this case. Goal kick for the Panthers. North with a flurry of offense here, threatening to tie this thing up. We are 14 minutes, or 13 minutes, make that, into the second half. Foul committed there by Dumain as she went up over the back of Kylie Daw, standing her ground on defense for South, number 5. So a free kick for the Panthers. Taking it will be Kendra Santoro, number 22 of South. Boots it well past midfield into traffic. Flick on header by Courtney Lopez, and Malee Mcdermott with some space far side, trying to outrace Caitlin Lorendi.
Yeah, Lorendi's such a good defender, though. That's tough to do. Got to turn and curl it.
Oh, there's a nice pass in
Shot,
traffic and a
side of the net.
Yeah, that was deceptive.
Sure was.
On the outside of the onion bag for South. A good bid, though.
The what?
I've been watching a lot of Premier League.
I guess so.
The Scottish guy says that. In the back of the onion bag.
There you go.
Love it. These guys are masters. Out of bounds off of South. It'll be a North throw-in. Turnaround kick by Madeline Swisher. Ball ends up in the possession of South. Elizabeth Capico trying to chip it on ahead to Malee Mcdermott. I credit the South team for knowing what a scoring threat they have in Malee Mcdermott, because they're always trying to feed her the ball, looking to spring her open deep, and it's a good game plan. Meanwhile, Emily DeLeo just put a defender on her backside with that great move, number 2.
But can they dribble it through 3 defenders? That's tough to do.
Yeah, Ariana Dumain and DeLeo teaming up there. But
they're their chance. You know, they really are the ones who are probably going to end up with a goal if they do put one on the board.
Good give and go between Camille Michon and Juliana Martin. Martin, though, loses the handle on the step-up intercept by Madeline Swisher, number 1 of the Titans. Good defense to get in the way of that breakout. Ariana Dumain and Kylie Daw collide shoulder to shoulder, and that produces a stop for the Panthers on defense. Back on the charge here. Number 17 for South, Courtney Lopez has a partial break, and the shot, Grace Carden just got enough of it. It looked like it might be going over her head into the back of the net, and Courtney Lopez with a great effort down the near side.
And I've seen Courtney Lopez at her best. She scored 2 goals in a game against Alvern, including the game winner.
Carden almost came too far out of her or off her line there, and Lopez trying to chip it over the North goaltender. Grace jumped up, got a piece, but that is a corner kick. And Elizabeth Capico, who has got a good right foot, she's got an ability to slice the ball like a 2-seam fastball going back into the net. Let's see if she can do it again. She's done it 2 or 3 times already.
South's got to use their height.
There it is. She slides it right there off the crossbar.
Off the bar.
Wow.
And I think off the top of the bar.
I think it was. It skimmed it and stayed in bounds in the end, but ends up at midfield somehow. Mcdermott, or is that in the middle? Capico was waiting. Not sure if that was Malee Mcdermott there with her back, operating with her back to the net. It may have been. North with the ball. Emily DeLeo, who had such a nice move earlier, and it was nice that the South player that went down didn't get injured, but she definitely bought the fake, and DeLeo went around her. But then, as Tom pointed out, how do you beat 4 defenders who are waiting on the other side? South on the attack again.
Good idea. You had to shoot that.
Oh, McDermott
and there
levels.
may be a push.
Yeah.
Yep.
Caitlin Lorendi, who's so tough down
Boy,
low.
She's gone down on the ground a few times.
Yeah. She is a gamer. One hand on her hip, though. She's actually going to help her goaltender out. I thought her goaltender was coming over to say, "You all right?" Instead, she says, "Fix my equipment. I know you just took a body blow, but." Free kick for the Titans.
Doesn't help them from there, though.
No, I'd rather see Emily DeLeo just dribble at the length of the field. She's going to kick it instead. Well into South territory. Actually, it's a good ball. Titans still have it. In the middle, Dumain trying to get it, wrestle it away, but Alana Dapa says, "No, my ball." And to the sideline to her teammate. 50-50 ball there. Bounces high in the air. Who's going to control it? Caitlin Lorendi not able to control a high bouncer. And out of bounds off of the Titans. So chance here for South to put some pressure on as we near the midway point of the second half. 20 minutes and 55 seconds left in the match. South leading 1-0. Chance here for the Panthers, curling it across the middle. Oh, dangerous ball off the foot of Camille Michon, seeking to connect with Malee Mcdermott. Grace Carden got in the way there, and Carden took a little bit of contact. There you see it. No, actually a step over by Malee Mcdermott. So Emily DeLeo taking the free kick from deep in her own end. A nice pass, but Malee Mcdermott with another touch here on the feed deep, and it's out of bounds off of North. So another, oh, McDermott thought that it was off the North defender, and I think the Titans thought so too. They were going to set up for a defensive, a corner kick.
I think they still are.
The second official maybe stepped in?
I think so. It doesn't look like they're setting up for a goal kick.
You're right. And who's going to take it? It's going to be, I think, number 18, Juliana Martin, who's going to do it from the far corner. So it looked like they got the call right. Ball went off of a North defender over the end line, and it is a corner kick for South. They have produced some really dangerous corner kicks. Let's see if it'll actually produce a goal this time.
Too short.
Header, saved by Carden. That was Malee Mcdermott.
McDermott with a great save. Carden, what can you say about her? She's been fabulous. Here's the replay. Watch McDermott get up with her head. Solid shot. How do you do that from that distance?
That is skill.
That's skill. That's a lot of skill.
Who was the player for the U.S. women's national team that had all those header goals before she retired? That reminded me of her right there. One of the taller players on the pitch. Malee Mcdermott, the skillful header, and Grace Carden knew just where to look for that ball. She knew how dangerous McDermott is out in front, and I think she had one eye on the corner kicker and the other eye on McDermott. And so when that header came off with pace off the head of McDermott, Carden was ready and made the save. A very nice save by Grace Carden to keep this a one-goal game and keep the Titans' hopes alive for a comeback. Right now, North would be very content to get the ball out of their own end, but they can't. The turnaround kick by Madeline Swisher goes out of bounds.
Right now, with 17:56 to play, it's all about possession now for Nashua South. That's the whole deal. Possess the ball with a 1-0 lead.
Loose in front. Danger zone for the Titans, and one of the, oh, is that going to be a free kick for the Panthers? That call could have went either way. They had a Titans player climbing over a South player, and the South player backing into the Titans player.
It is.
And, oh, is that going to be a penalty kick?
It is. Must have been a handball in the box, just over the line.
I think there was just a foul.
No.
Can we play that? Peter's it too late?
That's got to be a handball call.
Wow.
Foul in the box.
That's a big call.
Produce a direct kick, but not a free kick.
Elizabeth Capico's going to take this penalty kick for South, and a great opportunity for the Panthers.
Oh, wait a minute now. They're all lined up like they're going to run.
Yeah, but that's how penalty kicks are. You can run after.
That's right, because of the rebound.
It could be live, yeah.
Right.
So, dramatic turn of events here. A foul called in the box against the Titans, and the shot by Capico, 2-0. She went right down the middle, it looked like.
It did.
And here's the replay on the penalty shot.
Well, you know, you've got a smaller goalie, so your plan is you've got to get it in the air. Now, let's see. She got it just to her left, as you see that.
And I think
it was hard.
It was hard.
So that speed of the shot was the difference.
And you know what?
Carden couldn't react in time.
I think Grace thought that she could have done better in the end, because I think she was resigned to the fact that it was going to get kicked to one of the corners of the net, and it wasn't to one of the corners. So a big call by the officials, as Tom said, he believes it was a handball, but it was a gift goal really for South after all the great saves that Carden has made to this point. Didn't have much of a chance there. Malee Mcdermott trying to beat the Titans defense and chips one from distance just over the net.
Poor Carden.
Yes, she's seen way too many of those for her liking today.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Those balls are coming down just near the crossbar, where she's got to get up and try to get a hand on it, or else it's going to maybe bounce off the crossbar and in. Emily DeLeo taking the goal kick for the Titans. 16 minutes remaining in the match. South with a pretty comfortable 2-0 lead right now.
Yeah, it's not like a hockey 2-0 lead. In soccer, 2-0 is pretty good.
Camille Michon, number 2, making a run there before she's intercepted. Juliana Martin back to Michon, and a soft curler easily scooped up by Grace Carden. Abby Wambach was the player I was seeking the name of. Got all those great header goals for the U.S. women's national team for about a decade, including in the World Cup and the Olympics. He was always a threat to head a ball home, especially those corner kicks. She used to get double and triple teamed on corner kicks, and any team that plays South knows that Malee Mcdermott is that player to watch for the Panthers. So Elizabeth Capico with a penalty shot goal. Malee Mcdermott with that big first goal of the game with 2:23 remaining in the first half. And that's the scoring, 2-0. South leads the Battle of the Bridge girls soccer match with under 15 minutes to go now. Near side. Kylie Daw back to Capico. Up ahead to Camille Michon. Good job of stringing passes together by the Panthers. There's a kick into traffic. McDermott looking to connect with a teammate there rather than shoot it. Ariana Dumain needs a scoring opportunity and trying to create one. Dumain trying to split the defense in the middle, maneuvering with space. Right side, collision, that could be a corner kick. And it is. off of a Panther defender over the end line. Opportunity for the Titans.
So here we go. Again, the size advantage.
Yep.
Without save one player, goes to South.
And that one player would be Ariana Dumain.
Yep.
So she's lurking here in the far side. They can't quite, they do get it to her. She got a boot on it, and it's a save by Haley Swabowitz. Not the quality shot that Ariana Dumain would have liked, but somehow the Panthers allowed that ball to trickle onto the right boot of Dumain. Not quite able to get on top of it, though. And that elusive finish, as Tom talked about, that's the missing element for North in this game. They've had the ball get in deep, but not able to put it away and behind Swabowitz. Emily DeLeo knocks it out of the danger zone. There's a few players that North needs to get touches up front. Ariana Dumain is one of them, and Emily DeLeo is another. DeLeo's been doing a lot of defense work, though, here in the second half. I noticed that she's been far to our right on the TV screen for much of the second half. Number 2 for the Titans. Caitlin Lorendi checks back into the game for North, number 3, as does number 17, Courtney Lopez for South. As South's Mackenzie Betty comes off, and taking a breather for the Titans, number 5, not on the roster, excuse me.
For North?
Yeah. For
it's probably a JV player.
Right. North with possession in their own side of the field. Dumain is up ahead, but there's 3 defenders marking her, including Alana Thapa. Good tic-tac-toe passing by South. They get the ball across the middle. Maybe one pass too many there. Courtney Lopez had an opportunity to take it in closer, I think, but she tried to center it to a teammate. Capico chips it. Carden, easy save.
It's the only time she's been able to say that.
Yeah. Everything else is panic button time.
Sure is.
And here come the Panthers again. On the attack, number 2, Camille Michon. Has it taken away from her by Madeline Swisher. Swisher down the sideline. Ball still in bounds. Going over to get it is Kendra Santoro for South. She gets the return pass. No, it goes out of bounds. Just ahead of her reach. Can you say reach when it's talking about feet?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's think of reach as hands, but you can stretch with your feet. Ariana Dumain, that looked like it hurt. She tried to kick it and she hit the ball, and on the other side of the ball was Elizabeth Capico stuffing the shot. But Dumain's back on her feet. Meanwhile, what do we have? Not sure what we have. Didn't appear to be offside.
Free kick for North.
Right, free kick for North. Wasn't sure why. South back on the attack. DeLeo. Yeah, she's definitely back on defense. I don't know if that's where she was all game, but we saw her make a few runs at a scoring attempts in the first half, up front more than here in the second. South moving the ball forward. Malee Mcdermott there lurking once again. Grace Carden steps up, and a physical player, Malee Mcdermott. There's sometimes players are hitting the deck around her, and that happened there. And it was Emily DeLeo that hit the turf pretty hard. A yellow card for Malee Mcdermott. Yellow card.
Just being a more physical team.
Yep, and she's discussing it with the official, I think, a little bit. Like, you know, there was no intent there. It was just a collision, but I think the official thought she could have put the brakes on a little bit better. Do you have to come off when you get a yellow card in high school soccer?
No.
It looks like Malee is going to take a breather here anyway. Coach maybe.
I think Coach wants to know what it's about.
Oh.
But it's always a smart idea to take somebody off the field after they get a card.
Malee will take a rest. She high-fives some teammates coming off. It was a race to the ball among the Titans goaltender Grace Carden, number 1. She ended up with the ball, and then Malee Mcdermott going after it ran into the back of Emily DeLeo, and DeLeo ended up sprawled on her stomach in front of the net, and that's when the yellow card came out. Caitlin Lorendi ran into Courtney Lopez, and the call goes against the Titans this time. Free kick for South. Only 7.5 minutes remains in the contest. South, with the old adage, the best defense is a good offense right now. Capico right at the goal. Carden waiting for it. Interesting, no South player tried to just front that, take it away from the goaltender, keep the play alive. That was a pretty decent ball there, right into traffic. Fatigue might be a bit of a factor now for most of the starters in this game. Moving a little bit slower. The prospects for a North goal dwindling. They certainly had their chances. DeLeo, low liner, intercepted. Juliana Martin, nice pass. Camille Michon. Michon threads through a couple defenders. Good step up by DeLeo to intercept though. And the backline defender for the Titans kicks it to near midfield. Far sideline, I believe that's Lillian Brooks. Kicks it on up ahead. Ariana Dumain, every time we see the ball near her, see 3 Panther defenders flanking her on all sides, and no chance for a scoring opportunity. As South has really been dominating the time of possession here in the second half in crunch time. They did it when it was 1-0. Now after the penalty kick goal by Elizabeth Capico, they're doing it while it is 2-0 and eliminating any real chance that North has to come back in the game. Under 5.5 minutes to go now. The throw in for the Titans. Players jostling for the ball. Officials let them play on. Oh, there was a hard hit, and that one's going to get.
Oh, I don't know about that. I thought North initiated the contact there. Because the problem is South's so big that
that's it.
They just stand still and they're going to take the contact.
Yep. Juliana Martin got
a
whistle there.
If you take the contact, odds are you're going to get whistled. Because they're going to say you didn't move.
Ball bouncing in front. Haley Swabowitz jumps on that. That's where the Titans really want to try to take advantage of any hint of an opportunity they can. Nobody was really running for that loose ball. Maybe you could chip it over the goaltender. Good step up by Emily DeLeo. But the Panthers are back on the attack. Madeline Swisher getting back on defense. Number 1 for the Titans. Nice play. 5 minutes even left to go in the second half, and the officials apparently are keeping the time down on the field because the clock has frozen. Usually I'm used to seeing that happen with 2 minutes left to go, but now they're doing it with 5 minutes. It's because it's the second half. Interesting.
It's strange, John. I've seen them do that a lot this year, the 5-minute mark, and usually it's in the second half.
Must be a new rule. That's a lot of time to guess how much is left. 2 minutes you pretty much can gauge, but 5 minutes you must lose track of it unless you're keeping it yourself as a coach, I mean. Especially in a one-goal game, you'd want to know the exact time, I would think. A lot of collisions going on, fights for the ball, and Titans win a battle. They are 40 yards out from the goal with a free kick. And Ariana Dumain, making about 44 yards away from pay turf as she lines one up. See if she goes right at Haley Swabowitz or not. She does. Hard low liner, and Swabowitz is just going to let this go out of bounds to get a goal kick. Officials keeping the time down on the field. Less than 4 minutes left in the contest. 2-0 South comfortably ahead. Look like they are about to go to 6-3 on the season, barring a dramatic flurry of goals by North. Ariana Dumain with her back to the goal. Nice spin move. She draws a double team, trying to go around a third defender and can't. South with a nice steal. Courtney Lopez, down the right side, and it's out of bounds. They say it's going to be a throw in for South. Courtney Lopez looking for a teammate to feed it to. Actually, he's going to trade positions with Kylie Daw. Kylie Daw with the throw in. Even if they don't get a goal here, South is successfully killing time with the lead. That goes out of bounds off of the Panthers, so the Titans have a distance to go here to get on the scoreboard. Goal kick for Emily DeLeo, who shifted roles here in the second half. We saw her doing some ankle breaker moves, making some scoring runs in the first half, but she's been on defense from what I can see here in the final 40 minutes. Far away from the goal of Haley Swabowitz, and I'm sure Haley's happy about that. So DeLeo will throw it in. North ball, midfield. Dumain try to flick on header there, and instead it ended up Elizabeth Capico boots it way up in the air, controlled by Kylie Daw. Settles it to Camille Michon. Michon in the middle. Couldn't be too much time left. Jenna Hamlin on up ahead. In the middle, Juliana Martin. North player hits the deck hard. That's Emily DeLeo. She's right back onto her feet. North's Isabella Armstrong with it with some space. Slides it on up ahead. Far sideline. Intercepted by Kendra Santoro, knocked out of bounds. Expecting the referee's blast of the whistle any moment now to put an end to this match, as they've been keeping time down on the field since the 5-minute mark, and it feels at least 4 minutes have gone by. Throw in for the Panthers. Both teams running out of gas, it appears, here late. South content to control the ball for the most part, not pressing the issue too much for another goal. The goal scored by Malee Mcdermott in the first half with 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining, which is actually the 37 mark. And the second goal came here in the second half on a penalty kick by Elizabeth Capico. The 2 goals in the game. McDermott did hit a crossbar. North had several chances, most notably a long hard kick that just went above the crossbar barely by Ariana Dumain. South with possession on the attack. Courtney Lopez chips it on up ahead, trying to connect with Alexandria Kapopoulos, number 12. But North intercepts, and it's out of bounds off of the Titans. No, I'm going to say Titans throw in. So the longest 5 minutes in the history of kept time down on the field continues. And there it is. That is the end of the match. South celebrating a 2-0 victory here in the Battle of the Bridge. Goals by Malee Mcdermott and Elizabeth Capico, and fine goaltending by Haley Swabowitz. And a really well-defended game by the goaltender of North as well, Grace Carden, who did her best and came up with some brilliant stops, but in the end, South ends up on top 2-0. For Tom King and Tim O'Neill, Frank Wallen, and Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins. Thank you for watching the soccer match. South wins it 2-0 over North. We'll have the boys' soccer match among the Battle of the Bridge contests here coming up on Nashua ETV.